Is FrostBite Gojira worth it? Well, in my opinion, yes, it totally is. We are going through all stats and builds I use for this guy. And this was just to test out how much HP. But listen, here we go. So, this is the base. Claw 360, breath 120, 1200, I'm sorry, and bite 400. And this is with each skill point. I'm not gonna every time stop, but this is with every bit of a skill point. And this is the end of max damage, which is 600, 2050, which is basically more than old 2019 and more than 2019 right now. I'm just gonna show you. Look at that. So basically Frostbite has more damage than G19. And let me show you. This is the base for the health. Well, if I gotta say something, health doesn't need to be upgraded at all. You can choose it, but personally, this is my build that I most likely use. It's this, and this. This is my build. I'm not using. No, wait, I forgot. This was my build, and there's a reason for that, because it's tanky and very strong. But I'm just saying, let's go to max speed. This is what you get for max speed, which is 30. And that isn't really that quick if you make it like final walls. It is basically, well, a bit quicker, but it isn't worth it since you need regen 2, really, on this Kaiju. And this is the max regen for it. It has 6 charge and it keeps going at 1 health. So health is really bad at regenning at Frostbite. And this is, of course, what I told you, the max health. And max health is actually overpowered sometimes when you're fighting like an Ultima, but it isn't overpowered when you're fighting like a Destroyer or something like that. So those are the stats. And is it easy to max? Yes. In my opinion, yes it is. There's only one major thing, is that it has a glitched tail. But you might be happy with the glitched tail. Why? Because on the end of the tail tip, you can still hit people. Same goes with Thermal Godzilla. I'll just show you that in a sec. With like the yeah, I'm just gonna go to Tokyo. Look, which is awesome. I'm just gonna test the damage too. It has also awesome rolls. I'm gonna show you those in a sec too. But listen, you think you can just hit only from the front, which is this. Right? This is the front, and this is what you think that it is. No, if you turn around at the building with the end of the tail tip and you attack, look, see? It can attack from behind, which means that instead of this, you can do this. It's OP for building farming, and it's super duper strong for anything else. And the best build is probably regen. But anyway, look at the damage it can do to buildings when you're just spinning around. 600, and then with the bite, it does way more. And look at the breath damage per tick. It is actually really long. It has a slow build up. And, well, slow. It has a fast build-up, basically, decent build-up, and rolls are awesome. Like, I'm not gonna show. Well, you know what? I'm gonna show them. What do you think of that? That's an awesome roar for a broken Kaiju. Same goes for this one. That reminds me of something. That roar is basically the Godzilla 2014 roar from the airport. You probably know what I mean. And this is the speed. I know, it's a very slow Kaiju, but it has OP stats, so it's basically really good. And don't even care about the model right now. You should be happy that this model is even in the game still. Like, Frostbite will be like G19 or G14 It was a G14, but let's just say that we don't know. Maybe we'll see it in the future. But anyway, as you see here, this is FrostBite. Model is decent. And what does it bring you? Well, if I gotta say, it brings you to a good tanky Kaiju. And since of this being a rare Kaiju, not a lot of people use this anymore, since of its broken tail and stuff like that, and the broken model. And when they max it, they don't use it anymore. But when most people see a FrostBite, they'll be super surprised and want to take pictures and stuff like you with you. I had that a lot before when I maxed this thing. So your popularity in Kaiju universe will increase when you max this, just not by a lot like a Manila. Like, we all know that if you see a max Manila or even just a Manila, a lot of people will surround you, but that doesn't happen with this one. But a lot of people will still go to you and just say, hey, this is my first of my not so much time to see a FrostBite. So can I take a picture with you? It still happens with me. And for some reason people want to take pictures for like the thumbnail or stuff like that, but I'm okay with it. Then I made them happy, you know. And for fighting, this is probably an 8 out of 10. It's overpowered stats and its ability to attack from behind with the broken tail and its slow and its fast build up for the breath makes it a really good Kaiju. The only issue is probably that the charge will go down fairly quick. Is really much with the breath, by the way, and that its speed isn't good. So you can get, you won't really get sky camped by Moguras, since you won't die that easily and your breath will recharge really quickly, which is already good. And what will it come up with? The G cells. Well, with G cells, it is probably a, let's say that it's a 7 out of 10 farm Kaiju for buildings, since of like walk. I'm just gonna show you again. I'm gonna stand in the middle, like over there, and then I'll show you, since that is actually really cool. The only thing you gotta do is, oh my god, it's so fat. But listen, the only thing you gotta do is stand in the middle, fight, and spin. Look at how much damage I already did. It's a great build farmer, but the slowness again makes it bad. And for fighting, I already told you it's overpowered. But anyway, let's go to the kills farming, since, you know, I got a lot of kills on mobile. Let's say that this probably brought me about a few thousands of kills. Probably like 1,000, if not more. But it is actually great. You will have fun playing it too, since you feel so strong. And that makes it fun. Also, you should buy this because it's just 300 Robux. That isn't that much. That's probably about $5 or €5 or $5 or something like that. I don't know how it is with money in the actual other worlds instead of the Netherlands. But let's go on. It's really worth it for just 300 Robux, and probably the second best game pass in the game. Because number 1 is Burning Godzilla, and I'm gonna do an explanation why he's the best, but that's for another video. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and another reason why you should buy it is because it will get a remodel. Yeah, that's right, it will get a remodel, like I told you before. It's gonna be really cool. So this was my kind of like review for FrostBite, why it's worth it and you should definitely buy it. Next video about Game Pass review is going about Burning Godzilla, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.